Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke announced this past autumn that the Federal Reserve would engage in a new round of, quote, I'm using his term, quantitative easing, the so-called QE2. The Fed will purchase, Tom, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. This is serious. The Fed will purchase some $600 billion of Treasury instruments to keep interest rates low and spur economic growth. That's Ben Bernanke. On the other hand, we have our colleagues at the Hoover Institution, John Taylor, Mike Boskin, and John Kogan, signing an open letter to Ben Bernanke, which read in part, quote, we believe the large-scale asset purchase plan should be discontinued. The planned asset purchases risk currency debasement and inflation, and we do not think they will achieve the Fed's objective of promoting employment, close quote. Whose side is Tom Sowell on?
Oh, I'm on the side that people say they shouldn't have done it.
Easy, another easy one.
Oh my gosh, yes. There used to be a phrase for this, it was called monetizing the debt. It means that the Treasury Department has deficit spending, so they put out all these bonds that they're selling, and if the public won't buy them, the Federal Reserve will buy them because the Federal Reserve can legally print its own money. So it's no problem for the Federal Reserve to buy them. It's just that that's what that amounts to is one, inflation, and two, it amounts to a hidden tax, which will not be confined to the rich, as they call it. I mean, in other words, if you've got X thousands of dollars in your bank account and the Federal Reserve starts printing more money, it is simply stealing the value of the money that you put aside. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's the same thing as a tax, only it's an inflation tax.
But Tom, you're answering these questions with the greatest of ease, and you even find, I can tell from your face, you find some of the questions amusing. But so a layman like me, like our viewers, says, well, now wait a minute. Dr. Sowell's an eminent figure, and I even had in these emails somebody commenting on your lovely baritone voice. You're a sterling figure in all kinds of ways. But Ben Bernanke is at Princeton.
Oh yeah.
In other words, what is he thinking? What does Ben Bernanke think he's doing? It can't be that easy, can it? To say, oh no, that's a mistake.
Well, Ben Bernanke is chairman of the Federal Reserve System. He's no longer a professor at Princeton. Well, he's in absentia.
Emeritus. Or right. He's taken a leave of absence. Right?
Yes. And so we have a whole different set of incentives and constraints on him. One of the most painful things for me was reading an article by Arthur F. Burns based on his experience when he was chairman of the Federal Reserve System.
In the 70s, this would be 60s and 70s?
Yes.
I mean, Richard Nixon.
Yes.
Right.
And he spelled out that, when you're in the Federal Reserve System, you're not a free agent. It's not like you're conducting a seminar at Columbia and can just simply say and do whatever you want to do. You're operating within very narrow limits. The Federal Reserve is, quote, independent, unquote, but Congress can change the amount of that independence anytime they take a notion. And so even if you're following policies that are good policies, you've got to watch your back because Congress can step in at any time and stop you. And so it's a very tense kind of situation.